cozy horror a genre? I feel like at this point it kind of is, especially with the games that I've just found that you definitely need to play if you love a bit of coziness with a bit of creepiness, but it's not going to absolutely terrify you and you have nightmares for a week. I've played Phasmophobia, I know what it's like. The first game is called Softie. It is a very short game, takes about under an hour and is very creepy. It's a point and click adventure game which I absolutely love. You take on the role of a cuddly teddy bear trying to find their lost owners in a very peculiar house. This game was released in 2024 and the current price of it is £1.69, so it's definitely a bargain. The next game is Boba Tea Shop, and honestly this game looks absolutely terrifying, although it's kind of making me laugh because the fun is all cutesy, but I promise the gameplay is not. You make delicious bobo drinks for your customers that come through during the daytime. It does look adorable in a sense, but honestly, yeah, it's not. It's not. The customers are very creepy, and especially when it comes to nighttime, the atmosphere becomes even more eerie, as you can see. In this cozy horror game, you'll prepare boba teas, you'll serve customers, and you will expand your menu to grow your business whilst also dealing with very creepy characters that come along and try to terrify you. This game was released this year in April and is £4.29. This next game is so popular, I have no idea how I've never heard of it before. This is called 7 Years From Now, and while the graphics may be cutesy, I feel like the backstory of this game is actually going to be very traumatic. There isn't much said about this game on Steam in the description, but honestly, the reviews made me want to play this game. It's made people cry, it's made people laugh, the character's so rememberable. It's a 5-star review, so honestly, just from the reviews, this is making me want to play it. Something has happened all those years ago that we can't exactly remember, and it's our job to go through the game and figure out what actually happened. You're not sure if you can trust people, you're not sure if you can trust your own memories. So 7 years from now, let's go back to this moment and hopefully figure out what the hell happened all those years ago, and I'm so excited to play this game. The game came out in 2021 and is £7.99. Tales from Candleforth is a folk horror 2D point and click game with puzzles and escape room mechanisms that narrates the fairy tales from the village. This collection of fairy tales were written on top of a forbidden book many years ago to hide its content. Years later, the dark text is bleeding out and onto the page of the tales, mixing with them and twisting the stories. But try and not to lose yourself. This game was released in 2024 and is £9.99. Oh, I do love a vampire game. Carbonate is a 2D narrative RPG set in a 19th century Eastern European inspired world with a modern twist. You will guide Lisa, a young vampire, in her new life among the unsuspecting townsfolk. Will you retain your humanity or descend further into the horror you have become? Prepare to explore a hidden world of political intrigue, class conflict, and decadent corruption. This game has some overwhelmingly positive reviews. It was released in 2025 and is currently on sale for £13.40. When the sun gave up on humanity, darkness and gloom took its place. In a world plunged into eternal night and torn by conflict between the living and the undead, one faint glimmer of hope still flickers in the heart of two special souls. Gloomy Eyes tells this tale of Gloomy, a sweet zombie boy, and Nina, a mischievous human girl, who defy the rules by teaming up and embarking on a quest to bring back the daylight. Control both Gloomy and Nina in a completely single-player experience, switching between characters to solve brain-teasing environmental puzzles. Each character brings their own set of abilities, and you'll need the skills and quirks of both to progress through this delightfully wretched darkness. This game sounds so good, but sadly there is no release date yet. The only thing I know is that it's coming in 2025, but you can wishlist this on Steam. The next game is Habromania. Habromania is a dreamy or nightmarish Alice in Wonderland inspired RPG that follows 19-year-old Alice as she tries to escape the surreal, cozy hellscape that is Wonderland, hopefully with her sanity intact. Alex wakes at the bottom of a hole with a pounding headache and no memories of how she landed there, or memories in general actually. Can't remember much, but all she knows is that wherever she is, she has to get out, and you will guide her as she attempts to escape Wonderland. Of course, you'll meet some nice and definitely unfriendly characters like the cat, the hatter, and the queen on heart, and so many more. It's a narrative-driven game with 12 chapters and multiple endings. But this game also doesn't have a release date, which is so sad. It's coming soon to early access though, so make sure you go on Steam to wishlist it. The next game has animals in it, so of course I had to mention it. Haunted Paws is a cozy co-op horror game where you play as two puppies trying to rescue their human friend in a haunted mansion. You can create your own puppy, explore spooky environments, and defeat evil creatures in an action-packed adventure. I am so sorry to say this once again, but this does not have a release date, but you can wishlist it on Steam now. Limbo is the next cozy horror game. Uncertain of his sister's fate, a boy enters Limbo. That is all that it's described as on Steam. The only reason I wanted to add this to the video is because the reviews are literally ridiculous. It has over 36,000 reviews, which are all very positive on Steam, even though there's not even much of a description of this game. This game was released in 2011 and is $8.99 on Steam. I have spoken about Little Nightmares so many times. It is my favorite cozy horror game, and the new one is coming out in October, and I'm so excited to play it. On Steam, you can get Little Nightmares 1 and 2 at the moment. You work together or die alone. You stay hidden to stay alive, and you will run for your life. And if you can't run and you can't hide, you have to fight your way out of this game. This game came out in 2021 and is currently £24.99 on Steam. Of course, I had to find another cozy cafe game to play. This is Nightfall Cafe. You play as Anna, who finds an abandoned cabin deep in the forest. Uncover why the cabin was abandoned, explore, cook cursed meals, and trade them with strange visitors for stories, clues, and odd items. It's a narrative point-and-click game, and sadly there is no release date on this game, but you can wishlist this on Steam. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Now, this is a very eclectic game, but I just had to include it because it was nothing like I have ever seen before. You play as Chris, who has inherited an English hotel. He has exactly 30 days and 30 nights to restore the crumbling building before it or something else claims him. Nothing is as it seems in the hotel. Lurking beneath the veneer of paper and paint he applies by day, something horrible shivers and slithers in the night. Don't believe them when they tell you that there are no ghosts at the Grand. While the daylight lasts, you will restore the hotel. Once it comes by night, though, you better be ready to fight. This game is many things, also including a musical. It's kind of mad. I had to include it, but this game is not available yet. I'm so sorry, but you can wishlist on Steam. The last cozy horror game is Phantom Bond, and Everhollow is in danger. Recently, spooky activity of undeniable ghostly nature has emerging from the Shadowthorn Manor. The mayor has turned to you, Alex, a young and fearless ghost hunter with the mission to investigate the source of this sudden paranormal activity and stop it before it takes over. This game was released in 2025 and you can go ahead and buy it for £9.49. I feel like a lot of the games I mentioned in this video aren't even released yet, which is so sad, but I had to include them because it just shows how amazing the cozy horror genre is getting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you got any cozy horror games you think I might like? Let me know down below. Give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one soon.